Hollywood now, Hollywood, Hollywood, no looking down, Hollywood now.
Hello, King Simon Entertainment. Another interview with Hollywood Now, where we bring to you one-on-one Hollywood star power, influencers, and insiders. Today, there's no exception with part 2 of a Grammy Award-winning artist development and performance expert and author of The Rose Effect, 8 Steps to Delivering the Performance of Your Life. We're so excited about having back KJ Rose. Thank you so much. We had a little technical difficulties, but we got through it. And so
yes,
this is part 2. And so therefore we're going to do a little synopsis of you. Briefly tell them who you are, where you're from, how you get started. Then we go into the book.
Yes. I am Kiana Rose Henson. I am from Chicago. South Side as well as North. Shout out both of them. I moved to New York. Well, I went to Florida A&M University, which is kind of where I began to get the confidence and the courage to actually use my vocals. However, I started in the choir in Chicago, the school in Chicago, as well as Trinity United Church of Christ. So I've always been in the ensemble, but I definitely had a level of stage fright when it came to performing on my own as a solo artist. But what I very early is that it was about the repetition, and so once moving to New York, I met managers through a wonderful just executive and person, Big John, who connected me with my manager now. John is now at Tony ATV, runs president of all things. But he saw something in me and put me with my first management team, which began kind of like this wonderful journey of singing background for Spears and Heavy D and Biggie and Carl Thomas and Dead Preds and worked with Common and it was just Biggie. I can't, that was a life after death. So it's been just a tremendous journey, which led me to an encounter via a friend, Eric Payton, who said, come to the studio, where I met Kelly Price. And Kelly Price put me on the album with Diddy. And so she's always been just a warm kind of advocate, for what I do. And so I never dismiss those encounters and those relationships, because that is what is kind of the currency that opens doors more often than talent. Talent will sustain you once you get there, but it is, people find you genuine. Are you just asking and never giving? And so it's like asking how you can add value. As opposed to just taking value. So that really began my career as a fan of you. And once I got there, I started singing with my sorority, Delta Theta. And so it's all, I had no idea that God was aligning all these things to give me a level of confidence until my own began to take form and take shape. So it's that's really how I started as an artist myself. I put out an album, but it took me 10 years to have the confidence to do so. So I was going into the studios and making sure that my body did not have an adverse reaction to performing live. And I realized some people are just born with that ability to be super fearless. And then others like myself, it was built daily kind of determined. What's the word I'm looking for? Choice. Make decisions. That's what I wanted to do. It was going to come with work. Like mine was not going to just happen immediately. It was the work that I put in by going to the studio and singing everything and speaking to the audience as if we were in the midst of the show. Is the work that was able to be shown once I got on stage. And so it is all God that led me to now being able to coach and direct artists in that same way.
Yes. And it's amazing, your story, your navigation, making all the right connections and still occupying this space and have to still produce and you still have to sustain. And so it seemed like you made all the right moves and you made all the right connections, and you seen the importance of relationship and relationship building, but you still had to figure out, how can I occupy this space and how can I maintain? I have something to give. And and that's important.
Even if nobody else saw it. That's the most important. Because you can think you got everything, you got it, and everybody's like, you're doing too much. Does it take all that?
Yeah.
And so how do you combat that? When you know that you were, given a purpose that you were qualified for something, but all of the noise that you're hearing, if you allow it to penetrate, then it could definitely, hinder your performance.
Yes. And so let's get into the 8 steps, because I like to quote, reconciling their internal narratives, that the external expression is explicit and beautifully truthful. It comes from a beautiful place, a very artistic wording, if you will, and it just fits, for the artist, right? So you say this comes from a combination of years of experience, and this is where you derive, and you put it in the book, The Rosa Effect, right? 8 steps, right? So let's get into the 8 steps.
I always say that these steps are not built on a hypothesis. This is built on the years of training, of seeing background, of working for Clive Davis, of cutting apples and pouring tea, of working in TV as an assistant, of performing wherever I could, performing at the Apollo, when that didn't work well, but then it worked out well. And but it's the training of watching from 6 feet. What is from stardom? Watching Janet Jackson, watching Britney Spears, watching Carl Thomas, and as a back function of this whole time of being able to provide and lend vocals, but still having this level of fear. That's really what it was. It's like I'm all in supporting you. But when it came to standing out myself, there was just a level of trepidation that I could not rid myself of, So watching them every night, it's terrific. I don't care, what you believe you have. If you are not doing that every day so that it becomes second nature, then it will be tough when the moments count for you to rise into them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Rise up into them.
Amazing. And so
and then that was the question. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
So I have created kind of a list of things that I believe have become seeds of victory from what I've encountered, from what I've observed, from what I've assessed, from how I've directed and how I've coached. Okay. Because what you said in terms of the internal narrative and external expression, that is merely about what you think of yourself. By the time we see it, we're either witnessing a healed you or an unhealed you. We're either witnessing areas of your being, of your presence that you have embraced, or we're witnessing areas that you still feel insecure about. So it's a lot of people step out and you see their process in real time, and then people step out and they completed their process. But it's always something. Do you ever really complete totally the process, or do you just understand and you embrace and you make the necessary pivots and adjustments to always show up in the most optimal way?
Yes.
So, number one, don't outsource your win. That means allow everybody else to make the decision on if you're great or not, or what your victory is. We asked everybody else to validate us. Forget that we were already born by this thing. Don't wait to access the energy in the room. You've got to bring your own. You've got to trust that people will elevate and rise into what you bring, and if they don't, then they're not for you, or they'll get it later. But that's not your concern. Because if you take 10 minutes wondering what everybody is thinking of you, you have already the audience, you have lost room. Show up and be present, because no one can show up for you, and no one can show up like you. It's not one of those things that you can rely on the team member, always to kind of, unless you're in a group. But when you show up, people are looking at you. We are seeing the work that you've done. And so why not be the best at it and not worry about what you haven't yet attained? Tomorrow be that time to do that, but in this moment, how do you show up as present as possible? Knowing that you are, there's one of you. That's it. So it is give yourself a chance to win, and that is the showing up and the being present when you do so. Identify and abide in your force. We all have a force. My energy. I recognized it. I felt like I was. I wouldn't say teased about it, but it definitely wasn't always embraced. And I thank God that I had more encounters of being embraced than not, right? Because then that helped me kind of formulate this idea that this is sustaining, like this is who I am. And then I got to the point where I'm like, well, until you figure out that you have a force, until you figure out that you are a force, then you will never understand mine. You'll never understand anybody else's. No matter what, make it count. Your point of view, your delivery, your space, your gift. If you don't make it count, who will? And it goes back, it's all times when showing up. Enter every room knowing that you are the solution and you are the yes. Right? People are waiting for what you got to say. They're waiting for you to come in and be exactly what you were born to be, and to give what you are equipped to give, and to tap into every chamber that you have to offer.
Yes.
And do that thing. All right. Don't diss anyone. Stay humble and stay open. For all the jobs that I had, I wanted to yell, I'm picking this. You know who I am. I also understood that I was there to walk away with something. That I was there to. There was a learning curve. That there were always moments, and they would just make me better. And for every tea that I glass up poured for Mr. Davis, Clive Davis, I made sure to ask him a question. Always did it in a very respectful way, but I wanted to make sure that this was a win-win, that this was equitable, in my mind, at least. And lastly, God does not call qualified; He qualifies the called. And so I believe we're all called for something very special, and something meaningful, and something necessary. And the minute you try to compare your calling or your assignment, the minute you doubt your calling or your assignment, then there's somebody that misses out on the blessing that you were supposed to be. And so that is my list of victorious moments that, if applied correctly, I'm promising you win.
Amazing. No, it's everything you said is so true, and it's really enlightening to hear, and to like nuggets of wisdom. When you go through something, it's like you go through the process and the trials and errors, and you come out different, you come out better, but you never forget those principles and those wisdoms that remain to be true. And that's just what this book full of wisdoms, and it could work for every area of your life. Just definitely apply them. You have worked with some wonderful people. You mentioned Clive Davis. While pouring that tea, what was some of the nuggets you can remember that he gave to you when you was asking those questions?
I would say that there were these very intimidating cherry, wood, oak, or cherry oak doors. And so every time you entered, it was like he was like 10 feet away, and you were like consumed in this massive office. That if you did not understand the importance of projection with confidence, then you would be, I'm going to choose my words wisely. I think there was a level of respect that was developed from being able to stand there. And, you know, because initially he'd say, you know, he'd ask me a question and, you know, I would say it, the response, but it wouldn't land, right? Because he was so far back. I'd be like, well, yes, I did. And then he'd go, I can't hear you. And so it was like, I didn't even know in those moments I was being trained and you know, there were certain things about me that were being heightened as I accentuated, you know, in my projection and my voice, and so it was it was how do you show up, you know, and not doing anything tentatively, you know, and I watched them call everybody back. I watched him. I watched who actually rose to the top of the level of priority. And it was all based on their persistence and their tenacity in a very respectful way. So I definitely have that, right? So some would call it very soft, light stalking, and I just call it my 5 days of tenacity. So that's definitely some of the things.
No. And I think people that understand, when I say going through the process, you know, the ins and outs, and you know those moments of wisdom that remains, and that's one of the things. You may call it whatever, stalking, whatever, but you almost have to be obsessed with something to get the type of results you need, because you have to live it, you know what I'm saying? And you have to breathe it every day, because what you were doing regularly didn't get you no results. But when you take it up a couple of notches, you get that. You gotta do what you gotta do to get them results. So you gotta be persistent, you gotta be resilient, you know. And so that's amazing. And so please, and if you guys don't know by now, we're here today with KJ Rose, Grammy Award winning KJ Rose, artist development performance expert, author of the 8 Steps to Delivering the Performance of Your Life, The Rose Effect. We are so excited to have you here today. And you have worked with so many amazing people. You just talked about Clive Davis, necklace he gave you. But you also credited to working with one of the greatest performers out right now, which is Lil Nas X, and his diamond single debut, Old Town Road. Like, you worked with him prior to that, and there was somebody who has gone on record to say they had anxiety, trouble performing in public and working on his show and stuff like that. You helped him to get the amazing performances we see him do today. So please let us know about that, right?
Well, I think there's nothing to ever encounter that isn't vain or goes dismissed or discounted. And I do believe that Lil Nas and I were assigned each other. And so it was all the work that I had done prior. I didn't know that would be work that he needed or anybody else needed. But I've always told Nas that I was very good if he didn't already possess. My job was to help to educate and trigger him to make his own revelation in his own time about what he had to help. And it is just beautiful to watch him make new discoveries every day with nudging and with irritation from me, and so he has definitely stretched me, in the midst of me stretching him. He has helped me to just kind of see myself in new spaces because we have worked together so closely on different types of projects. And some I didn't even see my own vision, traveling to these spaces. But once in them, you just rise to the occasion, right? There's no time to say or figure out how did I get here. It is like if you are in the room, you are meant to be in the room, and you don't have to prove that you were supposed to be in the room. You just now have to activate in the room.
Yes.
And so he indirectly probably didn't even know that as I sharpened him, I was also being sharpened. My armor was also being built as well. And so I I attribute it to just everyone being very clear that we are in the business of serving, right? We are vessels, we are stewards, and I think he also understands that even the service business as well of helping people to understand that their level of freedom and liberation is their own personal fight. And do your best not to let people infringe on that. And I love how he moves now. He moves with an unequivocal courage, with a sense of resilience and relentlessness. And so I remember walking in his home and seeing a bulletin board that said, "The only person that needs to believe is me." And at that point, I knew that if I didn't do another thing, if we didn't do another thing, that was my goal. Right? Again, the external expression is great when you get there. But I am more missioned to helping you with your internal narrative, your story. What do you think about yourself? How open, how explicit are you about sharing it? Do you own it? Does it take somebody else to own it for you? Are there some unresolved things that you have not yet allowed to find yourself to find peace in and find comfort? Because by the time somebody pulls at it, if you have not already done the work, then it may hit you in a way that doesn't serve you. But if you have done the work and you are clear on your assets, you are clear on the areas that you like to heighten, that you like to elevate in, if you have not done your own assessment of your personal assets and self-sufficiencies, then someone can penetrate your spirit very quickly. And so I am glad that he is no longer that someone, that he has built his armor, that he is changing the lives of others. He might definitely piss some people off, but he'll save more lives than those who piss off. And that's what's important to me. Like I've seen the response that people have had to him. And it hits you in a way that doesn't necessarily feel good. Maybe you're not the audience, or maybe you're not the person he's talking to. And so I have. It's been a privilege to watch and to be a part of the team.
Yeah, and for those who feel as if he could be misunderstood or just an artist, all what that encompasses, what is one thing you could probably share with us that you have to be around him to know, that you wouldn't mind sharing, that we might not know about him, to give us a little more insight of who he is as a person, as an artist? If you could share one thing.
He's generous. So I wrote a book. We talked about that. It's called The Road Effect. 8 Steps to the Living Woman's Life. Second plug. And we were in rehearsal, and I was sharing with him just how I was proud of the exceptional way in which he had found the sweet spot. And he was not allowing anybody to agitate that. And I was so excited that the album Montero was finally ready for the world to receive. And so we're talking. One second, please. I'll be right back. They goes his phone. He sends his text, and he comes back and we just kind of pick up where we left off. And then a couple of minutes later, I walk into our production office, because at this point we were rehearsing for the VMAs. And his manager, one of his managers, Zach Cardiff is like, now just sent me a text asking, requesting that we put your book and his Montero gift boxes that were going to go out to his special friends. And that, if nothing else, shows me, it should show everyone, like his heart. Like he is not a calculated person. He does not move according to what anybody else thinks. he moves based on what his heart feels. And that's what I love most about him. That not only have been able to partake and be a benefactor of his heart, that now he can completely, share all of who he is. So to be a part of that has been, a real honor. So they put him in this box. I'm saying Imagine everyone is getting this box.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
And guess whose book was in the box?
Your book.
My book. And he didn't have to do that, you know.
Yeah.
So he's just thoughtful. And I appreciate my relationship, my friendship with him. And when I think about starting from Old Town Road now, like we were definitely on a path of ordered step.
Yeah. What would you say to that artist? Because somebody on the outside looking in, I could see someone discovering you and realizing, because your accolades of how they can really utilize someone with your expertise, an artist, right? But then they might say, well, can I afford Miss Grammy Award winning KJ Rose? So what would you say to that new artist, that don't have the resources, that artist that have the passion and full of passion and creativity and not much resources? What would you say? What advice you give to them?
First, I would say we can start with getting the book. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really the reason that I wrote it. Almost years to feel confident enough to believe that what I would say to the person that I could touch could actually be translated to words on a page.
Yeah.
Right? And so I wanted to leave people with something tangible.
Yeah.
Either until we can work together or after we work together.
Yes.
Or do it.
Yeah.
During with Lil Nas, I think it was very helpful for this information sometimes to be communicated in a different way. And so I would also say that you have to celebrate the small wins. So whether you are, just a newer artist that is just embarking on this journey, give yourself some grace to say, you know what? I did this today. I completed this song today. I wrote something today. I sang something. Whatever it is, give yourself, put into place some things that you can do to celebrate your wins. Because otherwise, you will be on this path of completely seeking so much validation that when you get there'll never be a point that you feel good enough.
Yeah.
You'll always be seeking more. You'll always be wanting more. We're set up like that. If you're ambitious, then you'll never actually get to a point where you're satisfied, maybe content. But I feel like what will help you along the way is living your story, telling your story, and celebrating your story. I was talking to a very prolific songwriter, Harold Lilly, and we were saying that it is more than just about the hit, the one song, right? Because once you make one song, you got to make another song. But what is most sustaining is a wonderful, compelling, intriguing, engaging story. In the meantime, while you're waiting for us to work together, create, develop, abide in, and embrace your story, its totality. That will give you confidence. So by the time we get together, we can just take it to the next one.
Yeah, that's amazing. And no, that is, I couldn't say it better myself. I think that was a good setup, first of all. And that, and reiterating what we just talked about, that was amazing. I didn't even know I was doing that, but that was amazing, because that's just full circle what it's really about. And that can really help. That's what this platform is for, to really reach as many people as we could possibly reach and to inspire, because the paradigm shift of the industry is constantly changing, whether music, Hollywood, and we want to reach as many people as possible. And for those who think that they are so far out of reach, that you are closer than what you think. And thank God for books and online and research and audiobooks, ebooks, all those beautiful things that you can really share. Absolutely. And two people you can't reach right now, but you'll be able to reach more people by writing this book and just being what you do and being who you are. So please, thank you so much for being here. Please let the audience know how they could connect with you, how they can get in touch with you, what you're doing next and working on, and we can end like that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For having me.
It's a pleasure knowing you.
And for fighting your way through until we got this down right. And unfortunately, we met at a beautiful breakfast with Melinda Williams and Cheetah.
Yes.
And so that was, and I think it's just all so connected.
Yes.
Like showing up for other people will create opportunities that will allow you to show up for new opportunities.
Yes.
So it's all kind of full circle. So all right, everybody to reach on IG, of course, Rose of Tech. That's KROSEFFECT, which is the same on Twitter as well. On Facebook, Kiana KJ Rose Simpson. My mama is in there, and that's what she is. And so we have to go with the government. And where else? My website, roseeffect.com. And as I mentioned, this book is available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. It's also available on Audible. We did the audio book as well. So I appreciate you guys listening. I hope that you walked away with something that made you feel better than how you came in. And I hope that you continue to explore what your force is, knowing that it could change every day. But what's most important is understanding your why. And I hope that you come to that declaration, having read the book, and having heard something today that may have inspired you to a new perspective. And if you didn't, then we'll have to do a part 3.
Okay. No, you're a friend to the show. Come on anytime. I always tell my guests, you're welcome. Come on anytime. We are a growing platform. We're occupying a lot of space and soon be streaming really soon. And so we just growing. So we welcome all people. I take nothing for granted and for lightly. So I really thank you for doing this platform for me. And knowing you from Chicago, I'm like, that's even the added. That's a good. That's even a plus. So absolutely. This world is getting smaller and smaller. I thank you so much once again. You are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. It's definitely needed, and I'm telling you, as they continue to change, someone with your expertise can really help a lot of people. And so definitely gotta have you back on. Kind of do a panel for us. We have a cultural scribe, which is our artist platform. We love to have you do a panel. Come back on for that, and friend to the show. Come back whenever. Stay put. We gonna end this, and then stay put. We come back to you. I come back to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another interview with Hollywood Now on King Solomon Entertainment. We are so excited to have amazing guests, Grammy award-winning artist. She's a award-winning artist, development and performance expert. Make sure you get her book, The Rose Effect, 8 Steps to Delivering the Performance of Your Life. All artists get this book. You just heard her. She worked with some of the great talent. You will definitely learn a lot from this book. We're so excited to have her. Until next time, you guys, please share, hit the notification button, subscribe. YouTube, we are on Facebook as well as Twitter and on Instagram, King Solomon Entertainment. Please, guys, subscribe and share. Until next time, we really appreciate you guys. And just keep doing what you're doing. And until next time, bye-bye.
Yeah.